Hey, beautiful people. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this is my third time videotaping this Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and this time it's gonna be done right. Um, not because of anything other than it's just been too long and life keeps happening with the video and my camera, but that's what tells me I gotta get this done and I gotta get it done today. Somebody out here needs to hear about the wisdom and the truth that I'm bringing. So I'm going to just jump right into it. We're talking about you fulfilling your purpose. And that's always the bottom line. It's always you fulfilling your purpose, your relationship with the Most High. Don't get it twisted. Don't get thrown off by the things that happen in life, by other people, the parents that you had, the parents you didn't have, the wife you had, the husband you had, the wife you didn't have, the husband you didn't have, right? The sister or brother you had, didn't have, or the person that came into your life that you lost. Do not get it twisted, you guys. This is all about you and your purpose. And the Most High in you had a conversation, like my sister Deneen Joyner spoke about the conference. You had a conversation before you were even placed in your mother's womb. That's Jeremiah 1:5. And that conversation superseded all the challenges you would come across. Superseded that. So when you're going through something, your conversation has to go back to your relationship with the Most High. You and the Most High, you and your purpose, that's what it's all about, okay? Anything else is a twist, right? And so I think the best way of explaining people and yourself and you're walking through this life and where you're at is some information that I found while I was researching my talk for the conference that I just had, Love Can't Wait, conference that I had in July 2024. And in wanting to really help people understand mindfulness and understand their power, I started looking up and asking questions in Google to get more information on how can I get get this knowledge, God, that you're giving to me. How can I get this wisdom to the people? And the thing that I found that was really highly impactful and very, very, very important in helping to explain this was the information that they have on levels of consciousness, 3D, 4D, 5D. When I saw that information, I was like, whoa, this is it. This is how I can explain to people what's really going on and how they need to, walk through life. So 3D is that ego, that physical realm level, right? That level where you're not healed, okay? You're unhealed. You're still comparing yourself to everybody. You're looking at things and you're comparing yourself to what you have, what you don't have, what Sally has, what Sally doesn't have, right? What Karen has, what Karen doesn't have, what John has, what John does have, what Jason has, what Jason doesn't have. You're comparing yourself to other people. You're not living an authentic life, right? Everything is 3D. Everything is on the physical realm. You don't even understand yourself as a spiritual being. You're looking at your body, the shape you were given, not given, the color of your skin, whatever, whether you're a male or a female, you're challenged because you haven't found peace with yourself. I call the 3D level the sleep. That's where you're asleep. When people talk about people being asleep and how you need to get woke. When I look at the 3D level and that realm of people just being so centered on themselves as if everything is about them compared to other people, it's a sad state to be in. Thank God it's a state that I never really stayed in, but dealt with, of course, because I had to grow and develop into who I am. But I never stayed in it for myself. Although the trick part for me as a social worker, as a counselor, an educator, and someone that deals with people and always helping people, the trick part for me is that I would get caught up as to why other people couldn't get beyond themselves. And so that was what kept me stuck for a long time, was I was trying to understand other people. But what I didn't realize, and we'll move on to the 4D with this, is that people have to do their own work, you guys. You have to do your own work. It is not about the parents you had or didn't have. It's not about your siblings. It's not about or if you had siblings or didn't have siblings, or your spouse or your mate. It's not about anyone but you. When we look at this world, it's really about our relationship to the Most High, whether you believe or don't believe. There is a creator, and you got to answer to the creator. You just need to understand that, whether you get it or don't get it. It doesn't really matter, because it is. And that relationship that you have with the Most High is really everything. It's really everything. And so you can go into your 4D realm, which is really your work with yourself, right? Which I call the belief state. Okay, I believe that, there's more to me, and that I actually have a power to move myself forward in life, irregardless of what has happened in my life, or who, whose home I was born into, or whatever, right? But that if I work on myself, if I'm praying, if I'm meditating, if I'm journaling, if I'm doing the work with myself, if I'm finding out who I am, whether it is through astronomy, or whether it is through numerology, whether it is through understanding the chakras, if I'm doing that work with myself to understand me as a person, me as a being, not just in the physical realm, but also in the spiritual realm, understanding that there's more than just my physical body, right? And I'm really doing the work, and I'm finding out who I am. I'm searching, I'm asking God. I'm in my Bible, I'm in my Quran, I'm in whatever spiritual, road you're on to get and understand you. You're doing the work. You're doing the self-work. There's no judgment here. I'm not trying to judge what religion you're into and what you're not. I just need you to understand that there is a creator, and you need to understand that. Whether you're calling that creator universe, it'll get you to where you got to get. Whether you call, whatever you're calling this creator, as long as you understand there's one supreme being, you're going to get where you need to get on the journey, right? I'm not even worried about that. Even if it's with your last breath, you will know. You will absolutely know your creator, and you'll be like, right? That's it. And so do the work with yourself. That's the 4D level. It is the qualifying realm for 5D, which is the first level of the spiritual realm. And that first level of the spiritual realm is where you have got some healing. And you understand the power of you. You understand it's not just about belief, but it's about knowing. You need to know who you are. You need to know that you have a purpose. You need to know that you need to have a relationship with the Most High, and that your conversations, most of your conversations should be going on with the Most High. You should be having conversations with God all throughout the day. And it's not like we have to be talking, where you're hearing it verbal, but it should be this constant understanding and alignment. Yes, I understand. I hear what's going on inside. I hear the sirens. I hear this. I hear that, right? But I am at peace. I am at one with the Most High. I understand what that represents. I understand me in an alignment to you, and where I'm at, and what you have me doing right now in this moment. It's like there's always this clear understanding of you and your relationship with the Most High, which means you will make better choices, because your thoughts are aligned with the Most High. Your thoughts are aligned with God. Your thoughts are aligned with your creator, right? And you're understanding that everything you do is leading to your purpose, what you're about, right? So then now I'm not just existing. I'm not just I'm not here being tossed to and fro, right? I am here, and every move, every thought is purposeful. Huge difference from 5D to 3D. Yes. Do we go back and forth sometimes? Yes. As you're just evolving, understanding this, and really wanting to focus on the 4D, you're going to find moments where you slip back into 3D. But guess what? The more you practice being in 4D, you're not going to be in 3D long, because you won't even be comfortable. The people around you will not be comfortable with you, because you've moved on, you've elevated, right? And that'll be a clear sign that you've elevated, because people around you will not be comfortable being around you. They just will not be able to be there, because your thought process, your perspective is totally different, and you're not even on the same realm. And you'll be able, like me, I just say, oh my goodness, it was so 3D. I just go there, and I don't, and you know what? That keeps me from judging. I'm not judging people. I'm just recognizing this is where they're at. You know what I mean? And how am I can't talk to somebody who doesn't even have an understanding of trying to be their best self, who has no desire to try to be their best self, what conversation am I going to have with that person? None. There's no conversation to have. And so guess what? These people, they cut themselves out of your life. You don't even have to cut them out. They cut themselves out because they're not able to conversate with you. It doesn't go anywhere, right? You're all of a sudden you're weird. All of a sudden you're strange. Well, okay. If that's strange, I want to be strange, right? If me be working on being my best self and having a tight relationship with my creator is weird, so be it. It's all good, because everybody's walk here is personal between them and God, whether they get it or not. That is not your work to do. Your work to do is your work with yourself. That's your work. And that's all God's going to ask you about is your work with you. So I'm not going to spend too much more time. I do want to give the examples. I like the example that I saw when I was doing some research on the workout. And apparently it was a gentleman writing. I didn't really look to see who was writing, but from the examples that were giving, it sounded like that. So the one example is going to the gym. At the 3D level, you're going to the gym because you want to look good for, the people in your life. You want them to talk about how, oh, whoa, you got a six pack. Six pack, right? You want them to see how amazing you look. You want them to see your transformation. And it's really all about you in comparison to other people, and not about you as what 4D is about. When you're going to work out, you're saying, I know I need to be my best self. I know I need to be healthy. And so let me go work out to be my best self, right? So it's a different level. It changes the game. It's probably going to last longer because it's not superficial. It is, hey, I'm really trying to be healthy and be my best self. Now, when you go to the 5D level, now you understand, look, I got this vessel that I'm here in, and I need this to go as long as I'm supposed to be here. And hopefully that's 115 and on, right? Right? For as long as I'm supposed to be here, I want this body to work well. And I need to be my best self. For that reason alone, I've got a purpose, and the purpose must be fulfilled. And I want to do it as healthy as possible. So now my reasoning is up leveled, right? It's not just to be my best self for the sake of being my best self. Now I have purpose attached to why I need to take care of my physical being, right? Why I need to go to the gym, why I need to, or exercise, whether you go to the gym or not, why I need to eat right. My whole reasoning for wanting to look good and wanting to be healthy has a whole nother level to it, right? It is purpose filled. And so when you go to 5D level, you understand purpose, and you're living life on purpose. And as you go up 60, 70, 80, 90, it just gets, you just understand how to manifest on a very real level. The Bible and Jesus talks about, and God talks about us doing more than what Jesus did. And most of us don't understand that at all. I've had some experiences, praise God, to understand healing and for God to use me in that way. And I will continue to have more of those experiences. And prophetically, God uses me. He uses me as an oracle, and I understand that, right? And my connection with Sophia Stewart, who is the woman who wrote The Matrix, really showed me that. And shortly after I met her and interviewed her, someone met me and said, "You're an oracle." And it was just confirmation, in that. And I was like, yeah, I actually am. And it's been the reason why a lot of people don't really hang out in my life too much, because I have to tell the truth. And I tell the truth, and it's not always easy to hear the truth if you're not ready to change and grow. So anyway, that's it today on 3D, 4D, 5D. I'm not going to spend any more time because, as you can tell, I can keep talking, but I had to get this out there. So peace and love, love and light. Angela Renee is my creative name. So if you go on to Amazon, you will see I've got about 10 books published. Angela Renee, Angela, Angela, Renee, Rena. Look it up, purchase books. Leap is a great book that I wrote some years ago. It is a life's evolution, a process. It has some very good wisdom in there. The 3 P's. Check it out. There are many other books. Love is Letting Go is one of the recent ones I've written. But I do want you guys to understand that you are supposed to be living a great life no matter what your bank account looks like. This right here should be so right and should be so connected with the Most High that life is just good. And that's, yes, life and all of the craziness. And I've been through a lot, you guys, even more than what I just mentioned in this video. I've been through a lot, but you know what? Life is amazing and it is good and it is the best it's ever been for me. And my pockets aren't even fat like that yet, but they are on their way because it's just a part of what is. I've been there before and I'll be there again and I'll be beyond where I've been. And that's just how it is because it's part of my life. It's a part of what is for me. And so I don't even worry about that part of it because it's just what's going to happen. You know, when you know what God has said, he said it. And all you do is you just keep walking and doing what you got to do. You know, there's steps. It's embracing the process. But I'm going to let you guys go because I got a lot of wisdom and I got a lot to share. I'll talk about embracing the process more next time. Peace and blessings. Love you.